So
what
how
kind
are
of
all of you
energy do
doing
y'all
this
want
morning?
right now? I just realized
that's
there's
a
like
good
10 of
question.
us here. Do we want high energy challenges? Do we want chill challenges? Do we want chatting challenges? What can I do to make all these wonderful volunteers who are up here feel as welcome as possible?
What are the volunteers feeling like this morning?
Yeah.
Coffee.
Yes.
Oh, you're speaking my
There's-
language here.
Yeah.
I've got coffee.
I
Yeah.
do not.
Tea, please.
Oh.
Do you want to be involved in physical things? Do you want to be
No.
involved in like hockey things?
It's like, we're so
Not-
tired. Coffee.
Not,
Hey,
not
do you want to be involved?
physical.
Not physical.
Not-
Excellent.
Yeah.
The antithesis of physical activities. I'm reading a very like chill vibe this morning from everybody, and I'm
Yeah,
here
alright.
for it.
All right.
Good.
All right. So here's something we've been doing on Dawn Guard, and we haven't had a chance to explain it with everybody. Let's start with Matthews. Is there any media that you've experienced in the past, let's say in 2021, something new that came out that you're really excited you want to share with the class?
The third season of Succession.
I hear that
it's-
show is amazing.
It's so good. The actual characters themselves are just the worst people ever. But they're hilarious. And it's kind of based on the Murdoch family, kind of, sort of. And there was a break between seasons 2 and 3 because of Gestures at World. But it's finally back.
What about you, Jen? Anything new and exciting?
Not really. I mean, a lot of my media this year has been kind of going back to older things,
Comfort food.
revisiting older stuff. So, I mean, recently I've been replaying the original Deus Ex.
Oh, nice.
Like the original?
Yes.
I never asked for this.
Partly because there was a recent mod that came out called the Lady Denton Project mod, which restores a feature that was supposed to be in the original game to be able to play the game as a female protagonist.
Oh,
Nice.
wow.
Heck yeah. Well,
There was like there were some assets in the game for it, but the full feature got cut, and so this project, they hired a voice artist and re-recorded all the lines and redid basically the entire game to make that possible. It's really impressive.
That's involved. Yeah.
Doesn't Deus Ex have like a weird thing where almost all of the models and characters are actually like the same thing? They just have like different parts of them like hidden and shown and stuff. Like I seem to recall it's like got a really weird.
It's something like that.
system.
Yeah. It's one of the Unreal engines, but yeah, it does have a very odd way of dealing with the models. Yeah.
What did you say that project was called?
The Lady Denton project.
Lady Denton. Okay.
And if I recall, the that version of JC Denton did ask for this. I think I think the no, I didn't ask for this doesn't happen until later on.
What about you, Julie?
Well, I actually got to answer this yesterday, but for
Oh,
anyone
right,
who
you
missed
did.
it-
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
But my video game recs for this year were Opus, Echo of Star Song, and Chicory, which are both
Chicory, yeah.
really good and do touch on some serious feels, so be ready for that. But I really enjoyed both of them. They're both really beautiful games with killer soundtracks.
Been trying to get back into games. There's been so much Desert Bus work. Post Desert
That's a
Bus,
mood.
everything gets easier. Colin,
Yeah.
what you got?
I also got to do some recs the other day, but one I just started reading before Desert Bus, and then, of course, haven't gotten any more into it since, is I started reading Exhalation, which is the Ted Chiang's new short story collection. He's the author who did a previous collection called Stories of Your Life and Others, where that Stories of Your Life is what the movie Arrival was based on.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool.
So he does really interesting and excellent like tiny world building for like science fiction stories that feel really personal. Stories of Your Life has a really interesting story about a realistic portrayal of a Tower of Babel in the time like it would have been made, where like a character is going up this tower that takes like multiple days, and they realize that the Earth must have a curvature because he can see the sunset go across land and come up the tower.
That's really cool.
Yeah, I highly recommend Ted Chiang's work.
Yes,
Chad is
Katie.
posting some pictures and links in the
I
in the
love
channel. I
whenever we
appreciate it.
mention any media that chat will immediately hop on board for that.
On it immediately. Makes it a lot easier to find things. So thank you.
Carrie, what have you been checking out?
So it's not new, really, but it's not even new to me. But this year, I've gotten a lot more into a vocal artist I've been following for years. Is that counts as media, right? Singers?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Her name's Aurora, and I really, really like her stuff. And yeah, that's my recommendation. There's a song called "The Seed" that's one of my favorites, and a lot of other songs of hers that are also my favorites. Yeah.
You can have many favorites.
It's true.
Yeah.
Beej.
Hi. God, what have I...
Now, the beautiful thing about this is it can be music, it can be a book, movie, TV show, video game. Just
So-
like what?
The weirdest, the thing that I didn't think I'd be that into immediately, but I'm now watching all of, because there's not a lot actually on the channel so far, is a YouTube channel called Baumgartner Fine Art Restoration, or just Baumgartner
Yes,
Restoration.
Beej. Okay.
So Julian, who runs this, I'm assuming Julian Baumgartner's his name, but Julian does these great videos of we're just gonna clean this stuff, and we're going to, I don't watch the ASMR ones generally, and I love hearing him narrate what he does. And it's like, so first we're going to face the painting with we're going to use fish gelatin glue, we're going to use washikozo, and then we're going to make sure that everything's nice and secure, and then we're going to take it off the stretcher, and they use staples here, and I hate staples because I wish they'd normally do text. I'm doing this way faster. But then again, I also watch them all at 1.5 speed. I don't watch them at 1 speed because I'm not interested in the relaxing thing. I'm interested in watching the process come out, and so I can watch and enjoy it at 1.5 speed. I have watched a couple at 1 speed, and it's like, these are really nice, but because he's trying to be gentle and trying to walk people through the whole thing, it's like, it's very good. I think if you do like that kind of chill out and like to watch a transformation of really dirty, messed up, broken art and see what he can actually create out of it, it's very interesting.
Heather.
Okay, so I think a lot of people have been mostly digging into older stuff, but one of the newer things, and I haven't watched all of it, I've been taking it very slow, because I just have, is a show called, I think I might mess up the way the words go, but Beach will definitely correct me.
Okay.
Murders All in the Building.
Only murders
Only
in the
Murders
building.
in the Building.
Yes.
I've been really enjoying because it has kind of like a Scooby-Doo vibe of like a bunch of people just running around trying to solve this murder, but there's because there has been a murder in this apartment building, and there's a couple of older men who are trying to solve it because they really love this murder podcast that they listen to, and they're like, we could make one of those. And there's also like a younger, like in her 20s girl who also listens to that podcast, and so they're just kind of like scuba-dooing around the apartment building trying to get clues before they all go away, and there's mysteries and who knows what's going on really. And I don't know, there's something really funny to me watching people see a piece of media that they really enjoy and then are like, we will replicate that. And I'm like, I don't think the real murder podcast you listen to is quite happening in the way you think it is.
Yeah.
But you certainly are trying to replicate that, aren't you?
All right. Well, now I've seen it on like Disney, seen that on like Disney Plus, and I was like a little skeptical. But now I've had, James also was saying that it was super good, and now I have two recommendations from people.
I haven't even watched it all. I've only
people's
seen like I think 3 or 4 episodes.
It was created
People's
by
opinions.
Steve Martin and one of his writing partners, and if it's like anything else that Steve Martin has been doing when he writes stuff, it is a lot like, there's a lot more going on here than just the outward plot, because he's trying to build these characters to be very interesting, sympathetic people who maybe aren't like, when you start learning their stories, you're like, I don't know how I feel about these people, but and that's been a lot of fun.
Also, Heather, I'd just like to say, I think the phrase "a bunch of people scuba doing around," which I imagine is a combination of Scooby Doo and also underwater. I am in favor
mean,
of that. Should be.
I
a
haven't
thing.
seen them go underwater yet, but I wouldn't put it out yet.
I was
Paul, what are
thinking
you
the
excited about?
pasta.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just cut you off there, Julie. What was that?
Oh, I said nothing of import, but I was thinking of the pasta.
I mean, I talked about stuff when we were doing it on Dawnguard, but I've been playing during Desert Bus a bunch of Hades. It turns out that like post being on, at around like noon when I'm off camera, the perfect way to like wind down from doing the Dawn Guard shift is do a run or two on Hades. So that's super fun, and so I've been enjoying that. And it's nice, when you're driving the bus, it's like hold down a button and slowly push another button, as opposed to Hades, which is tapping buttons really fast. So it's a nice combination.
Do the exact opposite. Something I've been trying to work on for this year is I've never done like a top X of X, which is not the way my brain works. I know some people are really good at segmenting that, but I was like, okay, can I think of my top 5 games of the year? And of course, with early access, it's now impossible to say if a game is released this year or not. But here we go. Here's my top 5, and then you can talk about any of them if you care. 1, in no particular order. 1, Hard Space Shipbreaker. Super chill space game where your job is... Have you ever wanted to unwrap a present without ripping the tape?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I do
Oh,
that
yeah.
with spaceships. It's it's so
Only
good.
annoy people.
2, The Last Spell. Like XCOM tower defense where you're protecting a medieval city from zombies. Love it. 3, As Far as the Eye, turn-based, kind of like city builder resource management survival game, which is really cool. As Far as the Eye of Fate. 4, Before We Leave, like a really cool hacks-based city builder and resource management game. And this is easy first place, my number 1 game of the year, Valheim. I'm really, really down for Valheim. I love me a good Valheim. Pix, did we get a chance to talk about you? We had a weird tech issue and you bounced out. Did we skip you?
No.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that we had a chance there because you were here and then you were gone and now you're back again, and wanted to make sure we got a chance to hear your voice. So yeah, check all those out.